Absolutely.
A major Manhattan hospital ending its Transgender Youth Health Program. This follows threats from the Trump administration to cut federal funding to hospitals that provide gender-affirming care to minors. Fox News senior medical analyst Dr. Mark Siegel, who's also a professor of medicine at NYU Langone, where this all happened, is weighing in on the move. Listen.
This change not only involves surgeries, it also involves the use of puberty blockers, and hormone therapy is going to stop because, first of all, over 10% of children then detransition, decide they made a mistake. Secondly, puberty blockers with hormones can have long-term medical effects, in my opinion, including behavioral issues, including bone issues and fertility issues. You know, we're seeing more and more issues regarding anxiety.
Joining me now is detransitioner Chloe Cole and the CEO of the Center for the American Lawyer, Mark Trammell. Thanks to the both of you for being here. Chloe, I'll begin with you. What do you make of this move by NYU Langone?
Thank you very much for having me. I think that this is an exciting trend of many hospitals. I think over 40 clinics that have chosen to either temporarily stop or permanently shut down their clinics that are perpetuating this abuse against children in their communities, and hopefully this will be followed by many more.
Yeah, we're rolling the scroll on the screen of hospitals that have followed NYU Langone's path. But Mark, I want you to read between the lines on what NYU Langone did and these other hospitals. First, I'm going to read the statement from the hospital. Given the recent departure of our medical director, coupled with the current regulatory environment, we made the difficult decision to discontinue our Transgender Youth Mental Program. Are they following the science, Mark, or are you worried that they will simply reinstate the program the next time a Democrat is in the White House?
I mean, I think that's a very real concern, right? Today, they're concerned about funding. I think they're also concerned about lawsuits. And I think that's why Chloe's lawsuit is so exciting and so important. If these lawsuits are successful, you know, we just saw a verdict out of New York in Fox Varian's case, a $2 million verdict awarded to a detransitioner. If these types of verdicts continue, I think these pauses are going to be more permanent for these gender clinics across the country.
Let's get into that verdict, because a jury found a psychologist and a surgeon liable for malpractice after Varian Fox had a double mastectomy at the age of 16. Chloe, what does a verdict like that mean for advocates like you?
Varian's case was the very first success for every single one of these detransitioner lawsuits, and while I think that she deserved a whole lot more than $2 million, it marks a massive change in how the court systems are going to follow this. And it's been very difficult for lawyers across the country to advocate for these detransition patients who are trying to hold their doctors accountable, because there has been no precedent. There is no case that these attorneys can look to. So it bodes very well for my own case and that of the many others who will be suing their doctors as well.
Well, let's talk about your case with Mark. Any update on Chloe's case from a legal perspective?
Yeah, I mean, there's a very significant update. For 3 years, we've been litigating a threshold question of whether Chloe's case is going to go to trial or whether it's going to go to arbitration. And I'm happy to announce today on your program that Chloe's trial date has been set, April 5th, 2027.
A quick question. I'm going to lawyer you here. The reason you were thinking it was going to go to arbitration, was there a clause in her agreement that she signed with the doctors or hospitals? Is that the reason that this would potentially go to arbitration?
Kaiser certainly argued that that was the case. I will say this was reviewed by a state district court and appellate court, and Kaiser even filed motions for reconsideration. So 4 separate times, California courts looked at this question. And out of the over 500 pages of documents that Kaiser submitted to the court, nowhere could any judge find any type of an agreement to move this case into arbitration.
That is huge, not just for Chloe's case, but the fact that we now have a California court, very, very liberal out there in California, setting a precedent that said the arbitration provision more or less is null and void, and that you are entitled to a jury trial in these types of cases, is tremendous for your movement, and we will be watching it. Chloe and Mark, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.